Boy, and it seems the vaccine news is happening rapidly. It was, I think, seems like weeks ago that SUNY announced it will require students to be fully vaccinated to be in person this fall.
It was actually only Monday, but joining us now live is SUNY Chancellor Jim Malatras. So good to see you again. Thanks for being here.
3 years.
Well, Chancellor, the last time we did chat, you were holding off on requiring students in person this fall to be fully vaccinated. It is now being required, pending full FDA approval, of course, which is likely soon. So what changed?
I think the state saw that there was some vaccine hesitancy among younger individuals in the state. So they wanted to be absolutely sure with the public university systems, both SUNY and CUNY, that we were mandating it. The thing is, like you mentioned, it has to be still subject to full approval of the FDA. So we're not slowing down. Our main goal has always been get everyone vaccinated because we want to go back to normal. And today's CDC announcement goes hand in glove with the vaccine requirement, right? We want to go back to in-class experience, in-person instruction, not 6 feet of social distancing, more normalcy. So it's just another step in that direction. So we welcome it and we look forward to a more normalized fall reopening.
How are you doing right now, Chancellor, with student vaccinations, and how do you continue to educate people, especially as this semester's ending, things are getting busy, and then track it for the fall?
So I'm going to give you, Jeff, the first bit of information we've gotten. We did a survey and we received about 32,000 responses from students all across the system. 72% of those students have had at least one dose of their vaccine. 72%. That tells me SUNY students, they want to be done with this. They'll do anything in their power to go back to in-person instruction. That's a big step for us, but we're not going to let up. We're going to continue our PSAs. We're going to continue our student ambassadors. We're going to continue to open up our campuses for vaccines and not let down until we get everyone vaccinated.
Yeah, 72%, impressive number.
Yeah.
Before we get to the fall, though, we want to talk about commencement season. You were in Syracuse for a few of the SUNY UPSTATE medical ceremonies. What was that like after such an unprecedented school year?
It's emotional on so many levels. I mean, to see what our students have had to go through over this past year plus, especially the nursing students at SUNY UPSTATE, it was like a beautiful ceremony. These are dedicated students. They're really giving back to society. They're doing meaningful things as a vocation, not just a job. And to go to these commencements is, like, I think, important for me as chancellor to say, we thank you for all that you've gone through. We know it's not been easy. We know it's not been easy for your families. We know it's not been the normal experience, but it's just a little bit to see that everybody's able to, like, go back to a little bit more normal. I'm doing a bunch more commencements, which I'm really excited about, but it's just another step to normalcy.
Chancellor, is it pretty much up to each individual school as to how they're handling commencement? I'm sure there's some guidance there, but I've seen some different creative ways people have done it. I saw, like we just showed some of the pictures from SUNY UPSTATE over the weekend. Or how much guidance do you give the individual campuses?
We're following the state guidance right now on the capacity for different events. So we're following the state guidance, but everybody's gotten creative. I know some of our campuses are doing drive-thrus in cars. Some people are doing the more traditional but socially distanced version. Some people are doing it outdoors. So people are being as creative as possible, and every campus gets to do that on their own.
All right, we're going to ask you to take a look into your crystal ball. Tell us, what do you think the fall semester is going to look like for the students?
Well, today's CDC announcement was a big deal, and getting the data back from our first survey on the number of our students vaccinated are a big deal. I think what we see is a more normalized experience where we're still monitoring COVID, we're still testing for COVID in some cases, but we're back to normal. We're back to in-person instruction. We're turning the page, and that's really exciting because our students need it in a desperate way.
Chancellor, maybe if we squeeze one more in here for you. How are the numbers looking? I think we've talked before and you mentioned that this current school year, the number of students down a little bit, at least for in-person learning. How are things looking as we head towards the fall now?
We're waiting for the next round of numbers, but we cut, our applications were down something like 20% at one point. We cut that in half, and we think that's even shrunk some more. So I think people are becoming more optimistic about the future again. I think that we're opening more of our campuses to in-person instruction, that we're going back to normal. I think our enrollment's going to be up. We're really excited about that. But plus, this is part of the economic recovery of the state and the nation as well. And SUNY's that driver of economic recovery. So I think we'll see our enrollment up. Our applications will be up. That enthusiasm is there. And I think reopening is a big part of that.
SUNY Chancellor Jim Malatras, lots of great stuff there. We covered a lot of ground, but plenty to go here. We will check back with you again soon. Thanks for being live with us tonight. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Chancellor.
Good night.